Hello everyone, I'm Abhijit Mohanta. I'm author of the book Malware Analysis and Detection Engineering from Appress Publication and Preventing Ransomware from Packet Publication. Welcome to my training Malware Reverse Engineering Beginner to Advanced, the on-demand version. So in this video, I'm going to talk about how my training has been designed and what are the contents which I'm going to cover. So the training has been designed for all levels of malware analysts, starting from beginner to advanced. For beginners, concepts like P-file, virtual memory, basic Windows internals have been covered, while for intermediate level people, internals of Windows internal and deeper Windows internal concept have been covered. And for advanced level, things like kernel debugging and ransomware debugging has been covered. So in this training, you are going to learn the use of multiple free tools. So you learn to use IDA Pro, Oli Debugger, WinDBG, x64 Debugger, Ghidra Decompiler, Process Hacker, and other tools like memory dumping tools and API logging tools. So the table of contents have been designed in such a way that the modules at the beginning caters the beginners, while the later modules are targeted towards intermediate level malware analysts and advanced level malware analysts. So in one of the beginning modules, that is module 9, I cover file iteration APIs, while in module 11, I talk about cryptography APIs like CryptGen key, Crypt export key. And if somebody goes through both of these modules properly, he or she would be able to reverse engineer the ransomware, which is in module 23. Again, each module has been designed in such a way that the beginning of the module is designed for beginners, while the later part of the module is designed for intermediate and advanced level malware analysts. So for an example, when you consider this Packer module, the beginning of the modules has videos related to beginners, while the later modules are for malware analysts who are at intermediate level and advanced level. So the learning has been simplified with the help of animations, pseudocode, and then at the last, reverse engineering of disassembly code. So it is usually seen that reading disassembly is very tough for beginners. So that's why I've taken help of animations and pseudocode before jumping onto the real disassembly code. So for making the learning process smoother, I've used simulated samples. So simulated samples are derived from the real malware. Like when we talk about ransomware, ransomware has many components, uh, many different kind of codes in which uh, there are functionalities related to file iteration, and there are functionality related to cryptography. So if you are able to understand the simulated samples, if you are able to debug the simulated samples related to file iteration and then debug the simulated samples related to cryptography, you would obviously be able to debug a complex ransomware. So a lot of stress have been put on strengthening the fundamentals. So usually when people talk about unpacking, they talk about a lot of tricks. So you might have heard of ESP trick used for unpacking UPX, and other tricks include setting breakpoint or APIs like virtual alloc and getproc address. But these tricks fail when it comes to a lot of complex malwares, because complex malwares employ a lot of stuff. So that's why a lot of stress have been put on the fundamentals rather than just the tricks. Another focus of this training is on the diversity seen in Windows malwares. So here you are going to see and reverse engineer malwares like information stealers, ransomware, remote access Trojan, POS malwares, and banking Trojans. There are many more others as well included in this training. So here the malware analyst will learn to reverse engineer various types of malicious binaries. So one would see binaries coded in variety of programming languages, which range from Visual Basic to Golang to .NET, and he or she will also learn to debug EXEs, DLL, and sys binaries. So variety of techniques have been covered in this training. So you would learn to reverse engineer variety of techniques, like you will learn to debug multi-threaded malwares, Windows services, DLLs, COM object, Win32 APIs, syscalls, registry APIs, file APIs, virtual memory APIs, WoW64 APIs. You will learn to recognize cryptography in malwares. You will learn to debug crypto APIs, Win32 crypto APIs. You will learn to unpack custom packers. You will learn reverse engineering, DJ algorithm, lateral movement, and CNC communication APIs like HTTP APIs. You will learn to debug shellcode, classical shellcode injection, DLL injection, section and views used for code injection, thread hijacking, process following, API hooking, web injects in banking Trojan, user mode rootkits, kernel mode rootkits, and kernel debugging. You will also learn uh, to analyze anti-debugging tricks, anti-VM techniques, anti-sandbox techniques, USC bypass, EDR evasion, key logging, browser credential stealing, video capture, screenshot related code, clipboard stealing. You'll also learn about VBA macros and macro deobfuscation. You will learn hundreds of APIs here and 50 plus techniques used in malwares. So additional topic in this training is detection engineering, which covers the building blocks of malware detection. So here we'll be talking about Windows internals, EDR internals, sandbox internals, technologies like ETW, which are a core building block of EDRs, memory scanning, YARA rules, behavior detection, and about optimizing rules used in antiviruses. So apart from this, there is another bonus topic which talks about malware development at the basic level. So here you will learn to code a Word macro downloader. You learn about VC++ compiler settings for malware development. You would learn to code a basic VC++ downloader and add anti-debugging tricks using Win32 APIs and inline assembly. Then you would learn about packing binaries here, and then about writing a basic C2 framework, network communication. And also you are going to learn about basic shell code injector code injection technique here. So you can see the details about the table of contents in the attached PDF. So the videos are available in the Intelliroot Academy portal.